Paternity fraud epidemic in Jamaica. There are some things that a good woman will not do. For this reason, man, the endangered gender, must know this. Never hurt or betray a good woman, for she is a rare treasure and a gift from God. Protect her at all costs. Nothing or no one is more beautiful than her. She is the beacon of God who shines the light of goodness, truth, and beauty upon the earth. She is the majesty whom the earth looks upon to find the definition of love. Not even she knows the extent of her own power. And then remember this, youth, to every youth. Avoid the female sex demon Kinaki at all cost. She is like salt in the garden. Whenever this vampire shadow is cast upon your life, you will wither away and fade. Darkness will come over you and you will have no good luck. Even if you wet the toilet paper, the sharp edge will still cut you in the ass. Not even the Satan of hell is more envious, dishonorable, and evil as this psychopathic, carnal minded, altogether fake and unreal, pum pum peddling Delilah. You are here to protect the goddesses, not to spend a honeymoon with the great of hell. Stop playing games and concentrate on God's good ones. God send them to you. Concentrate on them, protect them. What you did do with great tales. Let me pause here to ask you to hit that thumbs up and even the notification bell for me. Push the new channel forward so others will find it. Any Jamaican man in the US who files for his child in Jamaica must provide DNA tests to prove that he is the father. In Jamaica, one man can claim another man's child and register as the father. This is not like protecting anyone. Worldwide, governments rather to systemize policies that facilitate or cause injustice as long as the masculine gender suffers alone. Recently, I saw women online bad-mouthing the Jamaican Prime Minister for making an honorable step in the right direction. Kudos to the Prime Minister for bringing out the scales concerning mandatory paternity testing. Order must be established. Women are emotional, and truth is not the thing for most of them, especially if it exposes a wrong that benefits them. I am not saying that women cannot be intelligent or rational. Some of the most intelligent people I know are women, and believe me, intelligence turned me on. Women have used intelligence to more than impress me in the past. What I am saying is simply a paradoxical truth that must be said in this matter. Many women cannot concentrate on dispensing righteous judgment when they are up in their feelings. They will forget logic and detour into personal and emotional attacks on the first one who speaks a point that exposes their point of responsibility in the wrong. If one party accepts 99% of the blame, emotional women will insult the first person who dares to ask them to take their 1% blame. There are so many issues in this world that have very simple solutions. The solutions are being gridlocked by dumb, emotional, and ungodly women. Because a high percent of women profit from the crime of paternity fraud, most women resist the solution to the crime. All men, including the rapists, agree that the crime of rape against women is atrocious and they demand a solution to it. Many women make adverse remarks and laugh as if to joke whenever the topic of paternity fraud is raised. They trivialize a serious matter because it only affects the hated males, and all of these males to them are dogs anyway. Even though it threatens and affects children as well, they show no sign of empathy. A woman will tell a man that she will poison her own picnic to spite him. Emotional recklessness. is leading to social artoclaps. The result of a gender war will only bring us back to the days of the shepherd kings who believed that killing a woman or a black person was no sin at all. Black men in Jamaica are descendants of those that started matriarchies in Africa. Matriarchies were established by men, not women, who saw women as equals. Many Jamaican women leaders seem to expose a Miss Kitty mentality. Many Jamaican woman leaders seem to expose a Miss Kitty mentality, which leans toward emotionally charged and hateful diatribe instead of reasonable solution based intelligence. It is a toxic mindset that sees the men and women as two different species, even when the fact that a brother and sister came from the same mother is evident. From this perspective, it becomes obvious that Prime Minister Holness's intervention will be more of a blessing to the nation than most people believe at the first glance. A time bomb was about to blow. When a prime minister makes these kinds of decisions, it gives the good impression that he is watching his people and has love for them. I am impressed, I am thankful, and I will curse him a lot less after seeing this side of him, especially since this was my first impression before I felt let down. Most criminal males had no father's support and grew with their mothers or grandmothers. They grew on what women taught them. When you view the complete circle to include family life, many successful women have so much to thank their fathers for. Everywhere the male is missing, there is a societal autoclaps. I grew up seeing all my neighbors having stable families and children hanging out with their fathers. This was a leave the doors open at night community. In neighboring communities where women got pregnant by the wind and fathered and mothered children, there were struggles to keep the order. These were the children that went to school, fling stone and bust picnic head. Everywhere there is the problem, the excluded male must take the blame. What is this prejudice good for? Not only is he excluded, but I will show you secret ways how the men are being systematically destroyed and pulled into poverty in another video. Black women blame black men for decisions that white men made when the black man, who himself was in slavery, had nothing to do with it. They put on fake hair, lashes, and skin color to look like the white woman and stand up with them to cast the blame on black men. Meanwhile, the white woman is cautious not to destroy the unity between their genders. They still have decent societies and family lives. The black woman, on the other hand, seek to completely destroy the innocent black man, and because of this zealous support, third world traitor governments have all but succeeded. This foolish emotional bullshit come from a shit for sugar mentality in people that take pride in being bad bitches and hoes. Black women hate when black men make jokes or trivialize the issue of women being raped. We must rise against systemic prejudice upon our sons before it is too late. I get goosebumps listening to heartless women defending things that cannot be more evil. In our high school days, via all media, we are taught that women are perfect. Then we come to real life to see this. But we honestly thought that men were the worst. Jamaica governments in the past and at present will conveniently forget that the law is for the protection of the people and not the other way around. To imply that the law prevents justice at any time is in itself treasonous. There must be no obstacle whatsoever when it comes to the people. They show the people injustice and entitlement for law and order. To say for 30 years that red tapes affect the citizens moving forward is an admission to treason. By your own words, we must deduce that the government is there for the law and not for the people. A government that is there for the law exposes ulterior motive and also the fact that the law was there to restrict the people in the first place. Whose law is it? We want to find the mole. Why do we have to pay so much for electricity? You, as the individual, will pay for everything. In this technological era, no man should be able to register a child without proof of paternity. The government will take the pressure from the desperate hands of a potential victim by simply installing this law. Yes, he should be able to sign the initial document as the father, but then he must be given a period to present proof unless the government installs a system to perform automatic testing verifying that this man is in fact rightfully the father. Sometimes it takes sickness for a man to find out that his child is not even his. Women will say emotionally confused things like if they are married, the man should be allowed to sign without a paternity test. At least 33% of signatures are signed by men who are not the fathers, even though they think so. Just because you marry a woman does not give you the right to steal another man's lineage because your wife opened her legs outside of the marriage. Husbands, especially, must do the test. Many women are against the rights of men to request these tests as it is a treasured loophole for scoundrels. Some say that it is for the good of the child, so a man must blindly or be forced to dedicate his life and that of his blood families to another man's child. It does not protect anyone, but it will potentially bring trauma to the child, the acting father, and other people affected by or dependent on him. As truth comes out, we see proof of sociopathy in the way women view justice. Practical minded men will accept that this or that thing is simply wrong, even if they would benefit from it. Emotional women will get emotional and try to justify the unjustifiable, even to the degree of being conspicuously stupid. One woman involved in the debate in America said the injustice with paternity fraud is mostly because men do not want to accept their children, which is a non-issue and infinitely stupid, deliberate and conspicuous stupidity. Someone with a conscience would say we should make them do mandatory paternity tests to prove that the children are theirs and then let them take responsibility. How simple is that? She would not say that because men who are wrongfully accused would get away and she did not want that to happen. There was a man in America whom a woman pointed out as the father, although he did not even know her, much less to sleep with her. A woman judge did everything to force this innocent man into responsibility. After years of suffering back and forth, he finally got the court to call for a DNA test, which eventually led to him being freed from this woman who was a stranger to him. At the end of the case, the female judge reprimanded the poor innocent man for what she called bastardizing a child that he did not even know. In the extent of the evil we see where the insane chopping rage is invoked from the pits of hell upon even the most docile man. After the chopping, it is always every man's fault. If we keep thinking that empathy is not a vital faculty for debating justice, we are going down the wrong path. We will keep invoking a chopping. Chopping will become a pandemic that mass wearing will not solve. The reason why some men are afraid of accepting disputed children are: 1. Because the incredibly high statistics of female infidelity proves genuine cause for men not to trust women. 2. Women get angry, defensive, and insolent when men ask for DNA tests. This only justifies mistrust. Marriage or any relationship is not an entitlement to blind trust. The stats of women cheating is very high. If one third of the people had COVID, we would be on lockdown. Women are often worried that the test will prove negative. This is the only reason why they reject it. A woman will watch a boy marry his own sister without saying it ain't Tony's child just to save face. Women who were themselves in doubt scream at men at the end of DNA test that came out positive. They snap, I told you, but you distrusted me. You insult my integrity. Even when there was at least one other guy whom she told that the child was likely his too. Both could not be the father, right? Guy A thinks he is the only one accused of being the dad, and Guy B believes he is the only pick. But she be saying, I told you so to one and ignoring the other whom she told so to. She says next time don't ask for any test and shit like that. How does it make sense? Show me. Many of us as men experience multiple women telling us that pregnancies were ours when in fact they were not. In some cases, there were no possibility at all. The chance of getting a jacket is extremely high. Women fight against justice under the guise that it will insult their integrity. Your integrity can only be insulted when it is not absent from the equation. Women believe that the more body counts a woman has, the more a man should trust her. The truth is uncompromising. Have no reason to believe that your girl is not cheating in 2022. Their mindsets are turned upside down in this new paradigm. They have emotional attachments to different men and claim that they will be faithful to one. This does not work, especially with women. It's easier for a man to refuse his baby mother or his ex-girlfriend than for a woman to refuse her ex-boyfriend and especially her baby father. Many women cheat with their baby fathers with every man they date afterward, including their husbands. Most women cheat with their baby fathers even once. They are emotionally attached, they compare and they get caught in their emotions and then come back home to you lying. This is the awful truth, but it is the truth. Huh? Let me expose emotional stupidity to you. Some women have so much body counts that to justify the consequences to them, they claim the average size penis is small, right? They make foolish men believe that they have luck when they are normal. Think about it. A normal size of anything is the normal size. A half-inch pipe is a standard pipe. If it is too small for a half-inch coupling, then something is wrong with that coupling. It's not complicated at all. Who then is in defect? Some women are so emotional that they rat on the defects in their organs without realizing what happens to the elasticity in an overused underpant will give you a vivid understanding of what is true. Outside of that, the average size is the average size. Period. This is fixed in stone. The elastic waist will wear, so it is the only flexible variable here. I hope you understand this parable because it is the truth. I watched a video from Australia where a male advocate against paternity fraud was interviewed, asked if he knew of cases where men committed suicide because of paternity fraud. He said he knew dozens. Imagine how many cases are in the US where the system aids and abets the injustice. Women scorn and the fact that men have feelings and then have theirs, expecting all men to support. The system is not sympathetic to the males, but it sets up systemized abuse of the masculine gender to show that all is fair. One of the worst things a woman can experience is rape. What if a female victim stabs her rapist in the back? Would the media report imply that the wicked Jamaican women, using terms that include all women, are killing all the good men because women are no good? That is unimaginable. Wouldn't happen. Violence is not good. Violence we must avoid. But peace is the sum of equality and justice. A Rasta woman on TikTok was running the one-sided rhetoric about men not minding their children. I simply added, I wasn't disagreeing with her neither. I simply added that we should look at paternity fraud statistics as well, and she went shitty crap ballistic. She said that the child must be minded regardless of whether you are the father. It was an insensitive, ungodly way of doing justice. It was more satanic than godlike. She was called a Rasta queen, but she was spewing holy bullshit in the name of Haile Selassie I. So I left her alone. Justice cannot be compromised to suit the devil, and she refused to accept the truth that I knew that she knew. In fact, she believed that by simply calling on Rasta name, she could be wrong and get right. This is the emotional stupidity that is threatening and social holocaust to the black race. The shepherd kings are laughing at us now, saying they warned us of women's 7 natural faults and that they needed to be suppressed at all costs. We, the ancient black race, did not agree. We insisted that our women were goddesses. Now, with a dagger in our backs, how must we cope? The same way a woman feels after being raped is the same way most men feel after being jacketed or at the time they discover it. There are the same devastating emotions next to insanity. The same insanity, the same pain, and the same everything. If in that moment of insanity he does a lot of chopping, it will affect the poor little children that were put in harm's way by an evil fraudster. The storyline about picnic have to get mine will backfire. What will the news and TV say? Don't play with fire. The same thing I tell a gunman is the same thing I tell a Delilah bitch. What if you go to rob a man with gun and he beats you to the jaw with a machete? A woman might steal one man's legacy for another man's child, and he, the victim, chops her up and chops up the child. The media won't tell you what went down. They will vilify every single man alive, including their own fathers. They will say, these Jamaican men. And the only way you are not included is if you are not Jamaican or you are not a man. They polarize the situation that the one initiating the injustice begins to believe she is the righteous party. No one will warn that if you trouble chop up will chop you up. This is not about wrong or right. It is about danger and not walking into it to steal Funky Bell and Balai. Peace is not made by aggravating war. This is not how justice is done. Men do not have the capacity to cheat as much as women, not even if he drives a Lamborghini and she is working. Most men believe this silly assertion. How will you be able to sleep with as many partners as a woman? Men do not have to have real feelings for women to want sex from them. A man offers her sex for every 10 feet she walks. A man offers her sex for every 10 feet she walks. How many women are asking you? A young man whose body count is, say, well, like a 5, believes that his girlfriend only knew the one man she told him about, but her body count might be as much as 30 or more. Men might have sex and it's done. She will have emotions for all who she slept with. All of them are your competition for life, youth. Men approach women, women wait for men to approach them. This is simple mathematics. How you are going to compete with that and say you do more? You won't ever know your woman's body count. With this mindset, women will cheat on you at some point. It is guaranteed to happen except with a significantly few dignified ones. Many women get pregnant once or twice before 21, but mostly for different men. I already told you they will cheat with their baby fathers no matter what they tell you. It is way more likely than not. They run to past men claiming to go for advice or comforting words from a friend. But deep down, they went to reconnect with their emotions. This will happen after every argument, and they will use it as the excuse to blame you. When women cheat on you, they blame you, and so they have no remorse. A frightening percentage of women get pregnant within 1 to 72 hours of having an argument with their boyfriends, even if it was a minor hiccup. And it get to 72 hours sometime because the person they far away or they are work or you have to work for the weekend. Usually it is for a baby father or an ex. And then when she swings back to her boyfriend, if he is not smart, the child will be handed to him. If he questions it, then there will be back and forth between her and the two men to find out who is the father. A woman who goes to spite her partner does not care about the narrow window between having sex with two men or that she is not using protection. So-called experienced women use their husbands but have strong emotions for their exes, whom they will always stay in touch with. The very fact that the husband will treat them well and do what they like is the paradoxical reason why they prefer the disrespecting exes. Most people can relate to this exact story because it is typical and universal. Women become cheaters for life the moment they become promiscuous for a day. When they get well up in age, they might consider change or go to church thinking to adopt a new lifestyle to look like no prostitute at all, but only for superficial reasons. It is not really any care about God. You see? You see? I am not trying to scare anyone. I am telling you as only the truth can prepare you. Do not build false hope on some Disneyland women or fairy princesses mumbo jumbo crap. It is superficial garbage. This does not mean that good women are not out there either. Remember how I started? Great women are out there, but you will meet the sex demon 9 times out of 10. They always come with their pum pum in front. Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage. The safest woman to date is a virgin or a woman whose body count is not more than one, but that is no longer available or almost not. So do the best you can. Do not mistreat her because women want to be mistreated. Treat her well, and if she rather being mistreated, let her go. Demons hate love, and Delilah bitches are demons. Remember that a man does not really need a relationship. The woman with one ex will be emotionally attached to that one, but the odds will be much better for you. Don't let women bullshit you about them making use of their experiences in a relationship. Run when they say these things. Women believe that men think like them. While we are distracted, the society sells us the idea that our family structures are crumbling because of deadbeat men. Women create deadbeat boys and boys become men. It is the women that build the society, and our African ancestors knew that ages ago. Even the politicians that sold you out to offshore gas companies and the works were taught by their mothers. Once I tried to show one woman that her approach to dealing with her boy child was going to make him difficult to control or unlikely to gravitate to honorable things as a grown man. Please read between the lines. Anyway, she wouldn't listen. Women don't listen because it's not your child. Whatever the future holds is what we create in the now. It is the women who must be accountable for building or breaking the society. They have to build the men who are the builders. If they break the builders, then who will build? Nigerians love to say, I blame your mother, and it is for a reason. It is for a reason. Ah, I don't even know where to go. All right. The society is crumbling because they systemically destroy and disempower the males. It is like throwing stones and then hiding your hand. It is worse than that. They set a trap and then blame the person who falls into it for falling into it. All that the society blame its men for, the society deliberately cast upon them, but with the help of foolish, misquity mindset women. Everything I say here is either self-evident or mathematically provable. The families are destroyed because the male model is taken out. As a child, the little daughter wants to walk with daddy and the son wants to act like daddy. This is the beginning of divine influence. Everything that mother teaches daughter about life, she wonders about. Everything that father tells daughter about men, she holds to her bosom. He is influential because children gravitate to masculine, quantifiable truth. They can actually see and put their fingers on what he explains. A woman who listens to her dad will find a good relationship in business or marriage. Words cannot explain the awesome, joyful bewilderment a daughter experiences when she listens to her father, unlocking secret doors of wisdom that will promote her future. In the US, there is intensified efforts to take men out of the lives of their children. They sell the women false notions that appear as vanity. The exact story of Adam and Eve plays out before our eyes in real life, in real time. Black men are betrayed. The woman feels that there will be material gain, and not even the safety of her children will dissuade her from tasting the fruit. Look, it is all there in black and white and all over social media. This aim to destroy the masculine gender is not a Jamaican thing, but Jamaican government must use the same template prescribed to all slave caretakers of the colonies. This is no conspiracy theory. I simply state facts that are obvious. There is no one to tell the ancient truths or explain the different effects and virtues of male and female energies anymore. No one tells these things are real. They are treated as unreal, and they are taken out like, like how people taboo things like voodoo and all these things and make them look like bad energies. This is it. They take out the thing that is our very life force and hide it away. The female energies are corrupted in a horrible, demonic way, and the male forces are not allowed to be realized. They say the word docilified. The young men have feminine energies. They talk like men while doing like females. Just like whorish women, they try to tempt men to look inside their buttholes when they walk on the street. They are too far gone to realize the abominable energy. This has to be spoken, even if it is funny or offensive. Soon the masculine women will need strapped on dildos to stick their men with. Too many women take on adverse man energies. It is malevolent energies that turn them into sex demons. We need more people to explain these things. Remember how your mother used to love flowers? She would talk to them and they would grow beautifully. Although you did not realize, she was using magic. She possessed that feminine creation energy. This same magic makes a husband a man and children crown jewels. It takes a woman to work these kinds of magic. Most of our women are turned opposite. They don't even like flowers unless it is fake inside and outside like them. I will say only this much about this mystical topic. Say you are a farmer and you are with this adverse Delilah sex demon energy woman. You might find that your crop don't grow well no matter what you do, and you will lack the energy to go to work and work hard. She uses her sexual promiscuity to give your energy to karmics, although she does not know what she does herself. This is why wheat farmers try to avoid sleeping with the wrong woman when it's planting season. A man who is married to a right, virtuous woman, that magic goddess I love to speak about, even if he was poor, her energy will drive him to prosper after he marries her. They could get married with only the shirt on their backs, and you will not believe how they prosper in a short space of time. Every seed he plants will grow. The universe is not just creation based, there is the complementing providence. But these are all energies, and we must know how to relate to our engaged energy forces. We must engage spirit. Spirit is God, God is spirit. So we must know the language of spirit. There are deeper secrets behind this. It seems like superstition or it seems like magic, but there is a science to it which involves the ether and energy forces. If you are with a woman and suddenly feel like you lost your luck or your energy, trust your instinct because you already know what is wrong. In most cases, the negative force will come from her sleeping with a karmic she is always attached to. This is what drains your energy and make you ailing. You must take back your power. In the few cases, it is a new karmic, but her decision is always made around vanity. She sows the grass in her relationship, then goes out to find greener pastures. When you detach from this sex demon woman, your power will return. Your energy and health will return to you. Your draining power will no longer cover her and that karmic, or even their homes. You were touched like the robe of Jesus, but now you take your power back. The karmic third party will also lose all his luck, and she will be back and forth. He will most likely have no use for her anymore. We feel the Aquarian energy. Time for many of the ancient knowledge to be revealed. You will be shocked at the impossible things you can know about the other person without anyone telling you. Many women take on masculine energies, giving up their feminine virtues, and thus we have a pandemic of these sex demons going around. They put their trust in the effeminated men, and effeminated men do not see the difference in a woman, nor is he awed by her superpowers. All he sees is another bitch like himself. He will even hurt her physically without batting an eye. For in a cat fight, bitches hate bitches. Women don't have to scream, cuss, pull knives, or machetes and act masculine to diffuse a masculine man. Her power is in her natural virtue. Simply by a natural, like by simply being a natural female, you will hold your own against a masculine man. What you already have is no mystery to you. The mystery is in the difference. Women can rule men only by being female. Just say the word empress to a masculine man, and the image that comes to his mind will be a natural, not fake looking woman. No bleach face, natural hair, natural skin, and natural everything. This is what is beautiful to a real man. A woman who looks like what a woman looks like. A woman who is real, whom you can trust. Who would trust a woman with bleached out skin and fake parts? In fact, she is naturally untrustworthy. Neither do I trust a woman who has a husband or boyfriend but looks to show cleavages on the streets. This is a superficial bitch, and no matter what she tells you, she is not to be trusted. She is working for and looking for validation from someone who is not her partner. Women must not raise children on their own. A child that grew up with his or her father alone will quite likely turn out as if he or she grew up with both parents. A child who grows with a single mother will likely become criminal all at our both. Look at the statistics. I will do another video to highlight the systemic disempowerment of the masculine gender. I do not think that one will even be enough, but stay tuned. In order to destroy a society, you must first get rid of those that protect it. In any society where the males have their power, order will reign, prosperity will come, and technology will advance. Remember that. This is all for now. Thumbs me up and hit the notification bell. Peace out.